Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Okay, so this is part 6 where we will start doing some texture painting. I'm going to make this guy look like the Heavy from Team Fortress 2. Here I'm just deleting some materials from the Blender file since I'm going to just paint on one UV map. Now I'm applying the single material I named Character to all of the objects. Now I'm going to the shader editor and removing the UV grid, and then over to the texture painting tab and then clicking here to add a color image to the material. Now I'm selecting each object, and in texture paint mode, I'm using the fill bucket with the color of choice. I'm going to repeat this for all of the objects. Now I'm going to paint the skin color, following a very general rule of thumb where the top of the face is yellowish in color, where the bone tends to be closer to the skin like on the forehead and scalp, red in the middle around the nose, eyes, cheeks, and ears, and then in the case of characters with some facial hair, blue or grayish on the bottom. I change the fall off of the brush to the custom setting and then pull it to a more flat shape, as you can see on the right panel. This gives the brush a more soft edge. I roughen the colors first and then use a lot of the soften brush and then go back over with the original skin color I've saved in my color palette to soften things up. Now I'm adding a belt around the body by using snap to face and then a solidify modifier. I add a control loop in the middle of the belt and then Shift D and separate by selection. Then I convert it to a curve by pressing F3 and typing convert and then selecting convert to mesh. I'm going to use this curve for the bullets in just a moment. Quickly modeling a large bullet for a gun I'm going to make in just a few minutes as well. I use an array and curve modifier to wrap the bullet around the belt, but as you can see there's some deformation which makes things look a little bit odd. To get around this, you can add a plane and then add an array and curve modifier to it. And then select the new bullet, then the new plane, and then press Ctrl P to parent to the object. Now go over to the Object Properties panel, then down to the Instancing, and select Face. The bullet is kind of oddly spun around the belt though, so to fix this I tab back into Edit mode, and on the plane, I press M to merge to center. This turns the plane back into a single vertex. Then I change the instancing from plane to face on the Object Properties panel on the right. Then I rotate the bullet and adjust the curve to make everything look a little bit cleaner. Now I'm going to make the character's gun. I'm just using a reference on another screen to get the general shape and details. I'm not very good at hard surface modeling. I would recommend two popular YouTubers by the name of Josh Gambrell or Ponti Ryuri. They have great tutorials on this stuff. I'll put a link in the description below. I don't use hard ops or box cutter or mesh machine or anything like that. I just use some simple box modeling and bevels. Thankfully, the original model is simple enough that I can get away with it. To make the handle, I use the spin function. You can play with the angle and steps to dial in the shape of the handle you want. I'm also going to use the shear tool to give some more shape to the handle. Now to unwrap, I'm just going to use the Smart UV project function on this. This automatically unwraps your models. It can be useful for less organic shapes. And then some texture painting as before. The smear tool can be useful to create kind of a rusty, weathered look like this. And there you have it, a simple painting of the model. In the next video, we will do some posing with the built-in Blender rig Rigify, and then that'll be it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope it helped, and see you in the next one.